Welcome to New Mom Life. Why is it not focused on me? Hello? It says it's focused on me, and yet, do I need to back up? Is that a little better? Yep. Working from home life, new mom life. Welcome to the video. Hey guys, welcome back officially to the channel. It is January 11th. I had all intentions of doing a first week of the year video, and I filmed an intro, and then last week just blew by me. I'm not surprised, but that's where we're at right now. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 2023. I'm excited to be back in front of the... Bless you. I'm excited to be back filming videos. Life looks very different from the last time I was on camera. I was pregnant. I think I was either 37 or 38 weeks. I think maybe 37. And I actually had filmed stuff for, I believe, my 38-week pregnancy week, at least some of it. And then I was induced on the day of my 38-week appointment and had baby girl a day later. So I became a mom a little bit earlier than planned. I had this idea of doing a video for the last 4 weeks, like a 38, 39, week 40, leading up to whenever I delivered. But due to a little bit of some complications on my end, mainly I had a higher blood pressure a couple weeks prior to that week 37. I think it was maybe week 34 or 35. And then at my week 38 appointment, I had an elevated blood pressure. And so the way my, my healthcare providers work is that if you have more than one, at that point, they want to go ahead and get you into the hospital. I was okay with them being on the safe side of it because high blood pressure is not something that I've ever had to deal with. So I went through an induction process, went through delivering my beautiful baby girl, did not have to go to the OR. We were very close to having to do that because of her heart rate decelerating a little bit prior to when we were planning to actually start pushing, but ended up being able to make it happen without going to the OR. And then I proceeded to be in the hospital for a week, which was not fun. And I mean, an entire week. And it was not because of her. She was fantastic. As soon as she was born, everything was healthy. She was gaining weight back. It's pretty typical for babies to lose weight in the first 2 days or so after birth, and then you work to get them back to their birth weight. She did fantastic with that, but I unfortunately was dealing with blood pressure management issues. So my blood pressure came back down after birth, and it was looking pretty good for the first 24 hours. And then for that second day before, the second night basically before I was going to be leaving, I had a really high blood pressure spike. That led to me being in the hospital for a lot longer than planned, and led us to a week in the hospital, which was not super fun. But that's not what we're here about today. I may share a little bit more about my birth story at some point on this channel, but not right now. Today is about getting into the new year and learning how to navigate this space as a new mom and being back at work, because I am officially back to working. So that is what we are going to talk about today. Okay, so, my camera seemed to slowly moving down, and I don't know why it's not staying. That's not normal. Let's try to figure out what's going on with that. I'm gonna laugh because you guys are gonna see that slow descent on the video. Oh man, this is gonna be just a fun journey of figuring out. Okay, now it's staying fine. So no idea what happened with that. Slightly different outfit. I'm not wearing my sweatshirt anymore. I've got my blue light blockers on. I've been doing a little bit of work. Nope, it's not staying up. Why it's doing that, we don't know. We don't know. Good news is I'm still in frame, but I don't know why it's like slowly, like it's like this top one's just like not about it. So I guess this is where it wants to hang out, which is not great. So we're gonna have to, I really don't like that. All right, we're gonna move you back a little bit. Hold please. Okay, so that's gonna work for now. All right, so this video, beginning of the year, changes, what have you. Currently doing some work at my standing desk. This thing is great. I'm actually using it again now that I'm not pregnant. During my pregnancy, did not want to use it at all anymore, and I was really sad because I like just bought it, and once I passed like, I don't know, a couple months in, was just not about it anymore. It was like, cool, I got the standing desk and all I want to do is sit, which is fine. But what I wanted to kind of dive into in this video is just reviewing what the last couple weeks has looked like. Really the last month and a half that I've been MIA. I can't keep recording in here. My pasta's going. We're gonna have to relocate to the kitchen. Hold on. All right, so life has been hectic in the best way possible. Obviously, had baby girl, and I will probably at some point do again like more about my birth story and all that. I don't know if I'm gonna do like a whole formal thing of that, but just talk about like my experience of being in the hospital after, because it definitely sent my anxiety through the roof, which was not something I was prepared for. I was more prepared for like getting through birth and then thinking it was gonna be like coming home and getting back into like my life at home and having the comfort of being at home, and that was a lot. But life looks different these days, and as a health and fitness coach, I think it's incredibly helpful to share experiences with people, especially when it comes to things like this. Like right now, like motherhood, I'm 7 weeks in, right? I'm not some expert at, you know, figuring out motherhood. I don't have some secret sauce that's gonna help everybody do better while having a child and whatnot. I think what I wanted to talk more about is specifically, are you good? Yeah, okay. Every once in a while you have those panics of like, are you fine? Another part of motherhood. But what I want to talk about is the expectations. And I think as somebody who has been fit before, if you were into fitness and health prior to getting pregnant, having a baby, I think that there's this like hope and desire to get back to where you were quickly. And then there's also the side of like completely give yourself grace and don't worry about it at all. And I feel like there's a lot of like both sides of it, of like, don't rush back into things, take care of your body, let your body relax. Like this is the time you should be doing that. And there's the other side of people who are like, I'm so ready to get back to being fit and healthy, blah, blah, blah. And I respect both of those sides. But I think there's a lot of us who fall in between. I think there's a lot of us who, quite frankly, want to be getting back to our health and fitness and feeling really good, but also like still need those days of like, this is hard, and not being able to do everything that you'd like to do. And so that's where I'm at. And I think, again, the reason I wanted to share this is because I think there's probably a lot more of us out there that are in that boat. So some days I'm working out and I feel really good. Other days I'm not getting workouts in it, and I'm kind of spacing my workouts out a little bit more than I normally would because I'm trying to make sure my body is feeling good. Dumbbells and whatnot, a little bit of barbell work, but very minimal. I'm working with my coach from prior to pregnancy, but in her group program. And she knows I'm very much like working on things and changing things to work for where I'm at currently. But my expectations are lower, and I think this is something that can be very helpful. And this is what I really want to talk about, is this like, you can set your expectations lower without feeling bad about it, right? Like, you don't have to feel bad that your expectations of yourself are lower. You can be really excited about it and still have lower expectations. So I'm gonna pour this out and then you'll see what I mean. All right, so at lower expectations. I am still getting in movement daily in some capacity, but some days that's gonna look like I got to 8,000 steps today, I got a workout in, I feel fantastic, great. Other days, like today, it is, what, 4:30, I have walked 2,400 steps, which is not great, but this is where a lot of the time my steps are later in the day now than they used to be earlier in the day, because I'm preoccupied earlier in the day more with taking care of her, feeding her, whatever. Other days, I'm happy if I went and got on the treadmill for 10 minutes when like life has calmed down at the end of the evening and my husband has come home, right? It's not that every day is I'm hitting a step goal, that I'm getting in a workout, that I'm doing all of the things on my checklist of things I know would be good for me. It's get done what you can out of those things and be content with knowing that that's okay. I've been preaching this to a lot of my clients who are like coming back off of sickness, you know, holidays, what have you. And it's something I'm repeating to myself. And so I know that's why it's translating to my clients a lot, but it's the sum over none mentality, right? We all have this all or nothing mentality that we've heard of, right? We don't want to be all or nothing, right? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, agreed. But this something over nothing, especially I would say in postpartum timeframe, is that something may be that you hit 2 of the 5 things that you typically like to do in a day, and that's enough. That you drank enough water, that you got protein in it every meal, or you've got protein in it 2 meals, or you at least drank your protein shake to get something extra in. Maybe you took 5 minutes to do some deep breathing that you needed because your body is super stressed out because hello, you're taking care of another human being. We just need to be okay with it. We need to come to terms with it. And I think being prepared for that before having a kid can be incredibly helpful with your, again, expectations postpartum. Postpartum depression and anxiety is rampant, right? We know that this is a very prevalent thing. We very much encourage women to talk to each other, talk to their spouses, to their friends, families, to help through those things, to reach out to professionals, health professionals, if and when those things are happening, because this is a really tough time. And I'm not going to say that like that's not me. I've had you know, Monday I like lost my you know what because I had a clogged duct for the first time, and the pain was excruciating on top of the fact that I'm trying to keep my baby fed. I was going to lose it. Tuesday, 360. Like I would say 180, but I want to say 360 because it was more than a 180. I felt good. I slept good. I had a great workout. We ate delicious because it was my birthday. It just all worked out that way, right? Days are very like that, especially in the first couple of months of being a mom. And I think that this isn't just pregnancy, but I think when it comes to pregnancy, that's what I've experienced, is that I have to learn that just because I was able to do it yesterday doesn't mean that I'm going to be able to do it again today. Yesterday I hit my step goal. Yesterday I got a great workout in. Yesterday I ate really well, and so on. Today I slept great last night because she slept almost through the night fully, which was great. I've eaten decently. I'm getting work done. I'm prepping food. I'm not gonna say all my food was like the best perfect options, but I have eaten decently today. But like my fitness is gonna fall short today, and that's okay. I'm telling myself it's cool. I'm staying on my feet more, which is great. I'm being still more active than like sitting down. And I'm gonna get some steps in at some point, you know, when my husband gets home or what have you, but I still have to take care of myself in the mental capacity of saying, it's okay if today I get to 4,000 steps, right? The other side of the expectations is go ahead and, it sounds bad, set your expectations low. I don't mean so low that you are like not trying to achieve anything, but it's just about being realistic in the like that you have no control, right? This little one, she's in control of everything. And if you are not utilizing somebody to help you and you're doing the full care at home, or even if you're returning to work eventually, but like if you are the provider, right, in this situation, you know, you're staying at home, taking maternity leave, what have you, like your schedule is dictated by your little one, and it's not going to be the same day every day for multiple months where you're just like, it is what it is. And so that's why I say, like, set your expectations low. Like I would love to get 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. my step goal this week, I bumped it up to 6,000, right? My step goal on my watch was 5,500 before, and I wasn't hitting that every day. Now that I was consistently hitting 5,500, I said, I'm gonna push it to 6. That's only 500 extra steps. That's about 5 extra minutes of walking. That's it. But for me, it's enough. And there are days that I surpass that, but I also know that there's some days that I'm barely gonna scrape the surface of that, and that's okay. So setting those expectations a little lower in terms of just making it more realistic allows you to not feel like you're failing, to remind yourself that like you're a human being who is taking care of a human being, and that's enough, right? That's enough. So all of that to say, if we wrap this up into terms of like, what is this video, right? New mom life, we're doing the best we can here. We are officially 7 weeks as of yesterday. Holy crap, which is mind-blowing to me already that she's been around for 7 weeks. Mom is feeling good. I have high and low days. I do not sugarcoat any of that, that like, I have days where I'm crying because I'm frustrated. I have days where I am like so pumped to get a workout in and it doesn't happen and it makes me upset. I have days where it's fantastic and I get great workouts in and I'm super pumped. I have days where I don't get a workout in and I'm fine with it. It's very all over the place. And I think the best message that I can send at the end of the day, just being realistic about this, is that like you have to go into it with this open mindset of you do not have control. And because you don't have control, right? I always preach, which is ironic, control the controllables. Right now, my schedule is not a controllable. She is not a controllable. So fitness is not really a controllable. What I can do is control the controllables. What does that look like? If and when I've got some time that I feel well rested and all that, I'll get some movement in. I ask for help when I need it. I have a very supportive partner, truly. He comes home and a lot of times he's like, go get some steps in, or go get your workout in. He immediately takes her, right? What else can I control? Drinking water, right? Getting enough sleep, because sleep is broken at times. If I need to take a nap, I take a nap. Drinking water is like the one thing that I will like end all be all get done. I do make sure to get in fruits and veggies every day at some point. It's okay if I don't do them every day. It's okay if I don't do both every day, if it's one over the other. I've been way more into veggies than fruit lately, which is total opposite of the end of my pregnancy. All I wanted was fruit, and veggies were kind of like meh. So I take care of like, are you eating enough, Shelby? Like I check in on myself, like, are you eating enough? Are you drinking your water? Like, are you focusing on your sleep? And like, that is good enough, right? So if you're watching this whole video was really to say like life has changed, and for a very exciting reason. And I freaking love being able to do this, like watching her smile for the first time and like play and like get really like wide-eyed about things. She's not really like laughing and stuff yet, but like watching her watch the fans in the house or look at lights or look at her dad, like best feelings in the world, right? Does not mean it doesn't come with some other like things that are tough. Doesn't mean that every single day I feel like rainbows and sunshine are coming out of all of, you know, me. It's just not happening. It is what it is. But like at the end of the day, I think learning that you can set your expectations lower in terms of making them more realistic, control the controllables, and understand that your schedule in the first couple months is not controllable, and be okay with knowing that like what you can achieve one day is likely not going to be what you can achieve the next, and that doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job of taking care of your own health and fitness and nutrition and all of that. Last piece is like mental health wise, I think still never talked about enough how much of an impact it has on your mental health. I went on anxiety meds temporarily when I was in the hospital because of being in the hospital and being super stressed out about not being able to get out of the hospital. I have generalized anxiety disorder. For those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed with that in high school. I have not been medicated since high school until this time frame. I'm off of them now. But I do think that it's something that we have to realize that like mental health is huge when it comes to being a mom, and asking for help is absolutely worth it every single time. Expressing what you're feeling is worth it every single time. And I think we don't realize that being sleep deprived, being needed 24/7, feeling like you don't have a lot of your sense of self without being a provider can make you feel very, depressed, anxious, you know, not great. And so if you're feeling any of those types of things while going through the process of becoming a mom, one, you are not alone. Just because people don't talk about it doesn't mean it's not happening. Two, it is the perfect time for you to make sure that your mental health is in check by talking with friends, family, reaching out to health providers. So I put that out there to be like, one, your girl knows what it's like 7 weeks in and your girl is like, hello, great day, not so great day, feeling good, want to rage, right? But it's a great time for you to make sure that you are addressing those things. And I think it's worth addressing that prior to, if you were dealing with any kind of mental health issues at all, anxiety, depression, bipolar, just stressed. All of those things are worth addressing prior to getting pregnant or during pregnancy, knowing that it's likely going to get heightened, because when you are sleep deprived and all that, those things get worse. And we want to make sure that we have the tools in our toolbox to address them. So that wasn't short-winded, that was multiple minutes. But this is more of like your realistic, Shelby's just chatting with you video. And I'm gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna keep chatting about stuff like this, I think, because this is life now. And I think like fitness as a mom is something I wanna continue to share with you guys. And I wanna keep sharing what it's like to work around things and try to do what I can, and how things aren't perfect, and it's not going to be perfect, and I'm not doing everything I used to do 24/7. It is what it is, right? So, first video of the year, we're starting off with a bang. If you like this video, or you like me enough to hang out, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. More videos coming soon. I do have a plan for at least 4 videos for January. This wasn't technically even one of them, so really hopefully we're getting 5 in. But my goal is to like 1 a week if I can, or at least for a month is kind of the goal. Continuing to do fitness, nutrition, education. I'm also a pre and postnatal coach, so if you're like, why is she talking so much about this? That's also part of what I do, is take care of moms, pre and postnatal and whatnot, right? So fitness, nutrition, health, lifestyle, whatever, you can find it here. So we'll see you next time. How'd you like that outro?